guys, Mark from Wandering Souls, back at you with a collection update. This is not a really big one because I didn't obtain a lot of stuff the last period, so I'll try to slow down like I said in my previous update, because sometimes things in life get in front of other things, and yeah, we have to maintain the situation here, right? Otherwise you don't have any place to stack the stuff. Not that it's going really bad, but sometimes you need to think of your home situation and stuff like that. Life is getting expensive here in the Netherlands. Bills are getting higher than normal because of the situation. Gas is getting more expensive, etc, etc. Stuff for gas for the cars getting more expensive. You know, groceries are more expensive than they used to be. It all has to do with a lot of things in the environment and nature, but also the war with the Ukraine and other kind of stuff. Yeah, it's all getting more. Ask more from people. I have seen people that have had bills for using gas and for the house, for example, that was ridiculously high, and yeah, it's getting really ridiculous now that the war with Ukraine has to stop. You know, life is getting is too expensive, and yeah, I don't want to cut down a lot of stuff, but sometimes you have to, and I'd rather have a roof above my head and going get a shower and can cook and whatever than than buying just CDs and albums. That's how it works. Priorities first, and I hope you guys understand, but probably you will. So only 5 CDs, well actually more, because some of these CDs are double disc, so yeah, technically it are a bit more, but yeah, I just show 5 things to show. Before we go into that, we are listening to Seor Roots, fantastic episodic black metal from Scotland. I have talked about in other updates about this album, so I'm not gonna go into detail, but it's a phenomenal album. Definitely worth picking up. It's available at Seasons of Mist, so if you want to have it, then you know where to get it. First 2 things are 2 reissues by Rage. I got Welcome to the Other Side, and I've got Unity here, and 2 albums that came out original in 2001 and 2002, and there was a third one as well, and they were combined in a box set, but these were priced so cheap separately. I thought, let's buy them separately. The box set is more expensive than the CDs itself, so I thought, let's do that. First one is Welcome to the Other Side from 2001, double disc feature here. Hope you guys can see it. First one is the regular album, of course, which is already a pretty long album, I have to say, and the second album is edits, other mixes, let's see, a radio single, blah blah blah. They even end some live tracks as well. That's what's on disc 2. And let's show the disc here. Here are disc 1, and here is disc 2. And what this practically is some power metal, heavy metal, speed metal, that kind of stuff. They are a band from Germany, long active. If you are into the scene, you probably know this band. They have released so many albums. They almost practically every year or every other 2 years they release an album. It's ridiculous how much stuff they have released over the years. Definitely more than 20 probably. But great bands. I have a couple of more albums by them. I have shown them in updates as well in the past. Fantastic band. I wanted to have these for a while, so I just picked them up. Great stuff. And this is the band lineup if you want to know on this album. And PV is of course the main man from the band. And then of course we have Unity from 2002, which is also a double disc feature. And it's kind of funny, disc 1 is the regular album, but disc 2 is not mentioned what it was on any page, not on Discogs or Metal Archives or whatever. It just Discogs just named the tracks, but didn't mention what it was, or demos or live tracks or whatever. So the first thing I did when I pumped up this album, put in disc 2, because I was really curious, and it appeared to be a fantastic live album. So yeah, it's really good. Decent live album with let's see, 14 tracks or something, that thing. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff for your money. But overall, two decent albums. I really enjoyed this. Rage again in the lineup here with the credits and the album cover. And Mike Tirana on drums, fantastic drummer by the way. Yeah, two from these decent albums. I'm really glad I have them in my collection, and definitely will give this some more spins. Two fantastic Rage albums. If you're not familiar with these, they are definitely not bad. So, and they are pretty cheap as well. I bought them for a tenner or so for an album. Next up, we go in more extreme territory. This is the debut album from Malignant Altar. This is Realms of Exquisite Morbidity, which came out December last year. Heavy, crushing death metal, really heavy guitarists, heavy growls. Death metal old school, but also definitely has brutality to it. Really good stuff. They are from Houston, Texas, and like I said, this is the band's first and only album so far. They have released a couple of demos prior to this, which I haven't heard, so I can tell you how those sound, but probably in the same vein. Yeah, really good stuff. I was really surprised how cheap this was and what kind of music it was. So I tried to pick a pretty dark theme here, but there's our lyrics, I think. And back is just as even as dark. Almost no use to show, but released on Dark Descent, and that almost every time means some really good stuff. Great death metal. Go check it out if you are not familiar with this. If you like the old banging stuff, things like incantation and stuff like that, immolation, only a bit less technical and more to the point, and heavy crushing riffs. Check out this band, Malignant Altar. Great band. Then I picked up a reissue from Belphegor. This is a compilation of the first two releases. This is The Last Supper, first album from 1997, plus Blutsabbath from 1997. 95, 97, yes. Two great albums, heavy blackened death metal. I definitely has the feel that the first album lies a bit more on the death metal side, and the second album has more black metal influences in the guitar work, for example. If I have to choose between two, my preference lies with the second album, but the first one is definitely great as well. Band from Austria, they're from Graz, if I'm not mistaken. Nee, Graz, Salzburg, they're from Salzburg, sorry. Great band. Still active, just released a new album, so I'm curious to pick that one up. Sorry for the disturbing artwork here, but that's not just the band. They have a thing against religion and stuff like that. You know, the black metal ads definitely has its portion here, and they look terrifying themselves as well. Yeah, really good releases. I'm glad to have finally a physical copy of these. I have some copied stuff from the second album, I think, but never came around to pick official release up. And the original versions of these albums are pretty expensive as well, especially the first one, and hard to get. If you find it on Discogs, so like I said, you pay a pretty penny for this. So I decided to pick up this reissue, so it came out handy. I bought this pretty cheap as well, so I'm glad to get this. Yeah, finally have them in my collection. Yeah, now it's time to look for the new album. I have listened to one song now, or two, I don't know. I think two by now. Yeah, I think that will be a decent album as well, so I'm definitely curious to pick that one up. Next up, and the last one in the stack, is a new album from Celeste, and this is called Assassine. This is a band from Lyon, France. Yeah, how to describe it? Blackened sludge mixed up with post-metal, post-hardcore, that kind of vibe going on. So heavy stuff, but definitely has a black metal edge in their riffing. I hear that in the vocals as well, although they have a hardcore edge to the vocals in the same way. They have some aggressive moment, but also the post-metal elements gave it some dreamy aspect in some songs, especially in the fifth song, which is a phenomenal song. Like this here, it's really good stuff. All the lyrics are in French as well, so I can't tell you a lot about the lyrics. I speak a little bit French, but not much, so I'm not going into detail. I have to work out my lyrics as well. I don't really know the exact meaning. I'm not gonna show the inside of the booklet there because there is some nudity going on there, so I stick to this a bit. It's just like this young freckled girl in some poses, some there, and you definitely see her tits out, so not gonna show that before I get from YouTube. But overall, it's really good stuff. Great atmosphere, great music, heavy and still, like I said, have that dark moments as well. Yeah, really good stuff. This is the second album I have from these guys. I definitely need to pick up more because I really like this band. Really great album, 2022 release, brand new as well. So definitely take a look into these guys if you like your black metal different. This is definitely more than standard black metal, definitely a lot more even. So take a look into this if you like something different. Great band, Celeste, great band. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this short update. I know it's not much, but like I said, I have to calm down, pay the bills, and live. That's how it works. But there will be some more updates in the future, but I don't know when and how much and whatever. I just have to see what I can buy and what I want to have, because I have to be more selective as well. Then I can't pick up stuff like this or whatever this, you know. You have to be more selective, and maybe I'm gonna try it cheap and do some thrift store things. Most of the time that also always gets me cheaper deals, or the bargain bins or whatever in the stores. And yeah, just the releases I wanted to have from 2022 probably. Something like that, if I come to it. That is of course. So thank you all for your patience, for watching, for all the support. I really appreciate it. More videos on the way, but more different videos than probably. I have to do still some reaction videos, of course, as always, and I have to do a new episode of the revisit because it's been a while. I've done the first one, and I definitely want to continue that series. Don't know exactly yet which album I will pick, but it will be a famous one probably. So yeah, it's just everybody that can hop on onto that stuff. So thank you all for watching like I said, and I hope to see you guys next video. Stay safe, take care, and have a great day, guys. See you next time.